They are standing directly in front of someone they have met at least 3 times. The face is entirely familiar, context of their meeting is clear, but the name is completely gone. What plays out over the next 12 seconds is a desperate act of improvised theater. Their throat tightens slightly. They begin to subtly angle their body, nodding continuously, laughing nervously, and carefully using the most generic pronouns to cover up the fact that they have completely forgotten the name of the person standing right in front of them. Society often labels these individuals as heartless, absent-minded, or socially incompetent. On the flip side, these exact people often delude themselves with a romanticized belief. They convince themselves that they are deep souls, individuals who solely focus on emotions, stories, and the true essence of a person, rather than bothering with a superficial label.
Perspectives are entirely wrong. Chronically forgetting names is neither a sign of laziness nor a superpower of empathy. It is an unconscious chain reaction of a nervous system overwhelmed by 3 core triggers. First, there is the prison of internal monologues. When these individuals enter a new social interaction, their nervous system is not relaxed and ready to receive information. It is on high alert. While the other person is happily introducing themselves, their mind is screaming a series of survival questions. Is my eye contact too intense? Did that hand gesture make me look stupid? What do I need to say right after this sentence so I don't get judged? Because they are too busy directing their own performance, they are always living half a step ahead of the present. The sound of the name being spoken is instantly crushed by their own internal anxiety.
Second, the human brain constantly runs a cold, calculating survival instinct. Unconsciously, their mind is continuously measuring the status of everyone around them. If they are facing someone with power, an investor, or someone who brings direct benefits, the nervous system pumps a rush of adrenaline, forcing them to remember at all costs. Forgetting the name of an important figure is risking their own survival. But if the person is just a low-level employee, a server, or an acquaintance with no clear benefit, the nervous system automatically shuts off its focus to conserve energy. The name drifts into the void not because they have a bad memory, but because primal instinct has concluded that the information is simply not worth storing. Finally, the nature of a name is just a bare string of syllables. It means absolutely nothing until it is attached to a human being. Forgetful individuals tend to store memories through images and emotions. They can remember the exact scent of the room, how the other person's eyes trembled when talking about their family, or the scar on their sleeve. Their mind operates like someone attending a funeral who remembers the widow sobbing and the chill in the room, but can never recall the words printed on the order of service. To them, all those vivid details are the real person, while the name is just a lifeless piece of paper. The brain prioritizing safety, energy conservation, and emotional storage has a clear internal logic. But out in the real world, these exact mechanisms are quietly destroying their lives.
These people assume that because they remember the deep stories, forgetting a name will be forgiven, but they have misjudged how human beings operate. In anyone's subconscious, their name is the most sacred identifying sound. When a person realizes their name is constantly being ignored, they do not see a mind overwhelmed by anxiety, nor do they care about any energy-saving survival instincts. They only receive one cold, sharp message. Your existence is not valuable enough for me to care. The consequence of this is a silent, continuous erosion of their social capital. The people around them will not scream or criticize. They will simply step back. Coworkers will stop going out of their way to help. Acquaintances will withdraw their enthusiasm. Bosses will silently judge them as absent-minded, quietly arrogant, or lacking the basic finesse required for major responsibilities. No one wants to hand over their loyalty and dedication to someone who cannot even call them by their actual name.
To stop this collapse, these individuals cannot sit around waiting for their brain to automatically change its habits. They must intervene with decisive action. The exact moment someone steps up to introduce themselves, they must force their body to remain completely still for exactly 3 seconds. They must shut down the noise of their anxiety, drop all assessments of social status, look the person straight in the eye, and repeat that name out loud immediately. This is the only way to drive a physical nail into their mind, forcing the brain to register a human being.
And if
In a moment of distraction, the panic wins and the name slips away again? The absolute rule of survival is never play the improvised theater. Do not use generic pronouns and do not laugh it off. Instead of hiding, they need to bravely confront the awkwardness right in that exact moment. They must stand up straight, look deep into the other person's eyes, and use this exact script. To sincerely apologize and pause right here for a second, my mind was just entirely caught up in my own thoughts, and I let your name slip away. Even though we have met, I genuinely want to remember it properly. Please tell me your name one more time. This action kills the perceived arrogance instantly. By admitting their weakness and being willing to set their ego aside, they turn a thoughtless moment into a thoughtful moment of sincerity. It proves to the other person that despite the internal chaos or messiness in their head, they are still willing to stop the entire world just to fully acknowledge the existence of another human being.